The Pentagon unveiled plans this week for how to fully integrate women into frontline combat. It is a topic that freshman Congresswoman Tulsi Gabbard knows well. The 32-year-old Hawaii native is the youngest woman in Congress, the first Hindu, and one of the few who saw combat in Iraq. She's also this week's Sunday Spotlight.
As long as we've had a United States military in place, women have been raising their hands to serve our country. During my deployment, there were missions that I volunteered for and was not allowed to go on simply because I'm a woman. They said, sorry, no girls allowed. If you can pull your weight and if you can do the job, you should be able to do it. So I think what we see in the policy change now that we're seeing starting to be executed is just a reflection of what women have already been doing in the military.
If you want to make a combat unit ineffective, assign some women to it. It's uncivilized, and women can't do it.
I've seen women who are highly capable and who dispel every single word, some of the so-called uncivilized parts of what occurs when you are in combat, when you're at war. That's the reality that we train for. This is not something new, and it's not something that any woman who raises her hand to serve in uniform finds as a surprise. We know what we sign up for.
I cannot overstate my disgust and disappointment over the continued reports of sexual misconduct in our military. Last night, a woman came to me and said her daughter wanted to join in the military, and could I give my unqualified support for her doing so? Thanks. I could not.
The issue of military sexual assault and the skyrocketing numbers that we've seen reported, I think they've shocked all of us. When I was deployed to Iraq, we heard and saw incidents that were being reported or incidents that were occurring within our camp. We got issued rape whistles so that, as we walk out of our tent or walk out of our hooch, we've got our body armor, we've got our helmet, our weapon, and we've got our rape whistle. It was an eye-opening experience to have to consider that fact when we're serving overseas in Iraq. That just places a greater responsibility on those in leadership to do something about this. We have to do something about this now.
Aloha! I'm Tulsi Gabbard, candidate for Congress in Hawaii and a captain in the Army National Guard.
Someone asked me recently when I went back to Hawaii, they said, so, how's it going in Congress? Are you fitting in there? And I told them not fitting in is actually a good thing. Catching that 10.5-hour flight to Hawaii is my commute to and from work. You can smell the ocean breezes as soon as you get off the plane. Immediately I feel my shoulders drop, the stress goes away, and it's incredible. I hold on very tightly to my surfboard when I'm home and really hold on to the aloha spirit. I appreciate having the opportunity to not only be home, but to understand why I'm working in Washington. It's always a little bit sad when I have to board the plane again a few days later, but it is absolutely energizing, inspiring, and always gives a great sense of clarity.
And our thanks to Tulsi Gabbard. You can see more of our interview by going to This Week at abcnews.com. The Congresswoman is also featured in the upcoming issue of Vogue on newsstands June 25th.